Okay, what is up guys? Today we're filming a cute little vlog. If you're new, subscribe, like this video, comment, check out my other videos if you haven't already. Check out my socials if you're not keeping up with them, you're missing out. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, I literally need to do my nails. What else do I say? Turn on post notifications, check out my podcast. I did post a new episode a week ago or so make sure you check out my podcast on Spotify, Pretty Open Minded. And yeah, check out my other videos if you haven't already, because they're great and stuff. So I'm very tired, as you can tell. I'm not very like hype, and I'm not very a hype person anyways, but I can be at times. But right now I'm not feeling very hype right now. I'm tired, I'm kind of hungry, but we're about to leave really soon. We, as my mom and I, because it's my brother's 21st birthday. I'm probably not going to be showing him because he doesn't really like being on camera. That's why you don't really see him. And then whenever I tell people I have a younger brother, people get really shocked. But yeah, it's his birthday today. So we're going to be going out and getting like donuts for him to sing happy birthday with. And then I think my mom wanted to get him some clothes because I know she's been talking about it for a hot minute. And I think that's it for right now. I wasn't really looking forward to leaving the house, but it was already like in the plans for like a week now to leave the house. Like I just got home like probably 10 minutes ago and from school, and I already have to leave again. I'm dreading it a lot because I slept during tutoring pretty much. Like I literally fell asleep, and normally that's not like me, but I don't drink coffee early in the morning like I used to, and so I'm running off of like little to no energy at school, and that could be why I'm having a hard time like remembering things, because I'm so freaking tired all the time. But I have this new little like clip in my hair, and it looks like that. I don't know, I ruined my hair like that, but I found it at the store like literally like 10-15 minutes ago, and I had to get it because like some of the hair clips that I use give me such a headache, like such a huge headache, and it's kind of annoying, and I don't ever use it for very long. Like I don't wear it in my hair for very long because of that reason. But today was like 76 degrees, so I wore this outfit. I wore like a little tank top today because it was that warm today. But when I was coming home today, I freaking saw that there was animal control literally like down the street again. I don't know what's going on over there, but I've been seeing animal control like literally like the last time I saw it was probably like 4 or 5 months ago. But the thing is, ever since we got like new people moving in and shit like that, there's been nothing but animal control up and down these neighborhoods, and it used to not be an issue ever, really. Like it was a very rare thing, unless we saw like stray dogs, and then we're like, oh, we have to call them, they'll scoop them up, take them to the pound. But there's like this random dog that I've never seen before. But there's been this other dog that I'm referring to. He keeps coming out of like somewhere, right, and he keeps going to the specific house every single day. I haven't seen him in over a week, but there is a for sale sign down the street over here, and my mom was like, maybe someone abandoned him and that's why he keeps going to that house. But I think he's going to the house behind the for sale sign, like next to the for sale sign. So I don't know what's going on there, but I used to see him in the morning. But he's like a very skinny, medium-sized dog. I don't know what breed it is, but I've been seeing him on and off for like a few weeks, and he'll go straight to the house and he'll stay there for hours and hours and hours, and like scratch at the door and shit like that. And it's very unfortunate because I don't know what is going on with that dynamic. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's even their dog, but he only goes to that house. But I haven't seen him. I don't know what's going on with that, but I don't know if someone called on them. I don't know what's going on with that, because there was like an animal control like a couple months back, and it was for these 2 dogs that actually on the same street, actually like their owners got called because their dogs got out, and allegedly the pit bull bit a person, and he was biting like people and dogs or something, and that's why he got called. And they end up, I think they're still there, but they're just inside a lot more now. I haven't seen them since that whole situation, but I also don't like check out for them. But yeah, it was a very odd situation. I think that was actually the same day I found Hennessy, like the day I found out about like the animal control and all the tea about that. It was like probably the next morning and shit like that. And so, oh, I have something else to say. The other day, like maybe I was doing some cleaning and my mom left the back door open, and she does it to let the dogs out. My Storm likes to like sunbathe, so she stays out there for like a long time, and so I'm used to the door being open. So I was about to close it, and then I was like looking around to see if like one of the dogs was out, and I couldn't see anyone. I was about to close it, and then Storm pops up out of nowhere, and I'm like, what are you doing here? And then I just left. And then as I was walking back to the bathroom to clean, I saw something like flying in the bathroom. I'm thinking, why is this fly so effing big? And then come to find out, it was a bee. It was a bee in my house, and it got in through the back door. I freaked out. I end up having to like spray it down and kill it, and I did feel bad because I know they're good for the environment, but it was just really scary because we haven't had bees in the house in a long time. So I'm just like, this is not how I wanted to start my morning, you know. But and then also Sunday, the same day that there was a bee in the house, I fed Hennessy as usual, the same schedule, and I was feeding him. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna hand feed him again, because the first time I did it, it went really well. And prior to me hand feeding him, he had 4 worms. So I'm like, oh, he's not gonna be like attacking my finger, he's not gonna do anything crazy because he just ate and I'm feeding him more worms. No. So I did it really odd. I don't know why I did this, but I held the worm like dangling it instead of holding it by the end like I normally do. But for some reason I thought he'll think it's my finger, he'll know the difference, so when I put it up to his mouth, he'll know the difference between my finger and the worm. But no, he chomped on my finger for the very first time. He got too excited because he gets really, really excited over mealworms. Like, he doesn't show a lot of facial expressions, but he knows now when it's like feeding time, because when it's feeding time he hears a little container and he like slowly comes out from wherever he's coming from in the cage, and then he'll like, his eyes get really big and then his neck extends. So that's how I know that he's very like excited and alert and he knows what's coming, because I don't see him act that way any other time. So when he sees worms, he's like, it's excitement because he's really fast. He grabs it really fast. Like, he's not slow like people think he is. He's very, very fast. Like, he's very fast. He's not delayed in any type of way. So when I put the worm up to his mouth, he opened his mouth super wide and just clamped onto my finger. And I was like, I screamed, like, because it hurt like hell, like, because I've never really seen his teeth before, but I guess he has very small microscopic teeth that are like little jagged edges, and that's what was piercing into my skin, because I'm over here thinking he's just gonna gum my finger and that's that. No. My lizard that I used to have, he bit my finger too, because I was feeding him mealworms, and that didn't hurt as much as a turtle biting me. Like, that was a little traumatic. I wasn't expecting that, but I kind of gave him grace because I know he was excited and I know he didn't mean to do that. He just mistaked my finger for it because it's the same color. Like, my skin color is the same color as a mealworm, so it's kind of like, if I was a turtle, I would be confused too. But I would be like, why did it get big all of a sudden? Like, why does it look bigger than the other ones, you know? Because my finger is a lot bigger. But it was scary. I mean, I got over it. Surprisingly, I didn't cry over it, but it didn't bleed or anything. It was just like a stinging feeling. It just stung for like 5 minutes, and that's really all that happened. And it was just very odd. Like, it was just very overwhelming for the first few minutes because I just could not believe what happened. I mean, I've been bit by bunnies, guinea pigs, reptiles, but I've never been bit by a turtle before, and that wasn't on my bucket list, you know. So I've been bit by any of my hamsters though, but yeah, they were actually really sweet from what I remember. But yeah, I feel like Lola my pets have been on and off like demonic, just on and off. It's like a hit or miss, you know. But oh, and then this morning I forgot to put on deodorant before I left the house, and I had to go to Walmart at 6 in the effing morning and buy myself some deodorant. To Walmart at 6 in the morning is kind of a vibe because they're like restocking and they're just not doing anything, and there's no one there. I was like second, the one other shopper there, but I was like, I have to do this quick because I have to leave in a little bit. And it was actually like came in clutch. I didn't have to wait very long for my transportation, but it was very annoying because it wasn't like, I always go through this checklist, my mental checklist, like, did I forget anything? Did I do everything I need to do? And what I noticed is that I normally could smell my deodorant like all day, and that's what kind of gave it away, because I was just noticing like I can't smell my deodorant. And my deodorant, I was trying to find the same deodorant in the store, but it just wasn't there. And I got it from the same store, but I think it's just sold out. So I had to get this cotton one. I've been using Secret, like aluminum free Secret deodorants for months now, but I couldn't find the white peach one that I really liked, like this mango or something like that. And then there was the cotton one, so I had to get the cotton one. So yeah, but that's about it.
Doing our big one.
We are.
Ooh, look at this.
I've never seen this before.
Oh, let's get one. Ooh, an Inari. I've been wanting this forever. And now I found it. I unintentionally found it.
With that. Look at this though. Look at, they have the little bags of her little pasta, but it's $19.
Oh my gosh, but this one is probably so good.
Yeah, it looks good. Tasting sweet strawberries. Look how cute these are. Especially this carrot one is cute. Oh, they have little ones, little blind boxes. $15? Wait, what? Yeah, these are $15. Cute. And they're cheaper than some of the ones I've had.
And look at the peas.
Oh, that is so cute. I wanted to get one of these so bad. Yeah, I wanted to get a yellow one, but this is cute. This teal is cute. Look what I found. And then there's like a little bluey one. That's the same thing. This is so cute though. I see like people at my school have little kitty lunches, lunch pails. So we're in the party section aisle. We found a bunch of party favors in here. We already bought some, well, not bought yet, but some of this stuff. We're gonna do a Minecraft theme.
What do you think they want you to say?
What do you mean? What?
Oh, I know. Gave me alcohol.
I'm not saying that.
We have it on video.
I know you do.
21.
Oh my god.
Oh, we have to see Nate's too. Nate shot. Oh, we're taking happy birthday to you. Why are we always so off key? I don't know. They didn't tell us they were doing it. No one told us anything.
Alright, drink. Oh my god.
Wow. No, he's trying to talk to you.
Hey,
Oh. He gave very Kanye. He gave very Kanye. He did.
sometimes.
Oh, he's trying to play with you. Yeah. Okay,
I'll
good.
be catch on fire a little bit. I'm surprised.
Ooh.
Okay, wait, actually, we don't know.
I'm kind of scared. I'm scared right now.
You're courageous.
I think they want to see it too.
Oh.
It's going everywhere right now. Stop! It's so pretty though.
I might shrink the car already.
No, I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
Girl.
I think we're good. It's going all over the cookies. You see it?
Yeah.
It's like melting them.
Oh, it's warming him up.
Yeah. Damn. No, we were scared. It's the next day, so I'm extremely tired. I woke up extremely late. But today's agenda, I have my follow-up appointment because I did my labs like over a week ago, and I was supposed to have my appointment. I was supposed to go in on Saturday, like last Saturday, and then I didn't go because I was doing shit that day, and I had to reschedule it because I'm like, I do want to know my results. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're fine, but I didn't want to feel like I fasted for nothing. You know what I mean? So, Kanye. I didn't want to feel like that. But the thing is, what I'm probably going to do is, like, sometime today, I'm going to probably ask if I can, like, get a follow-up just over the phone. Because I feel like it's such a waste of time just to go all the way, like 10-15 minutes down the road just to go get my results. And it would save me so much time to just call, see if I can call, because like I don't feel like going up there is worth the trouble. Like they can just call me at 2, like my appointment is at 2, and they can just call me at 2. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm having a break. I don't feel like I ever really have time to myself a lot. Ever since I started this semester, like this spring semester, I feel like I have no time to myself because like I don't really like I don't feel like I have enough self-care days. Mental health is suffering because, well, 1, I'm a lot more anxious. I'm overstimulated because of these damn tests, and 2, like I don't want to take this again. I do not want to take these 2 classes again. So I made that expectation of myself. I don't want to take this again. I'm going to pass this class, these 2 classes. So I have all this stress on me, to the point where I'm getting stress hives again, which I thought it was a new thing that I had. But I remember at my high school graduation, like almost 6 years ago, I had it. I had a stress hive all right here. And yesterday, everyone got their test results back because we had a test in my first class, and it's fundamental math, business math, and it's very hard. Okay, it's very hard. I'm used to algebra and shit like that, and this class has been kicking my ass. I feel confident in this quiz because there was like a lot of miscommunication with me and my teacher and my the office. Like I always tell you guys that I go to an office to do my accommodation stuff. I get help there. I do my test there because I get extra time, and there was a lot of miscommunication, and I was very forthright and honest and very intentional of what I wanted, but I didn't get to use my accommodations because I get to use notes, and I didn't get to use that because he was like, oh well, since I have the formula on the test, that could help you out, and that means like you can't use your note cards unless if you use your note cards, then I'm gonna have to switch it around and then just go off of what you wrote on your card. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go off of the ones that have the formula on it because I think that's what really screws me up. But then he said, I was like, I emailed him maybe a day or 2, no, like the night of I found out it was gonna be assigned, like in a couple of days. I was like, I emailed him because like also the girl that's in the front desk, she was like, maybe you should email him because there's like some miscommunication going on, and people are asking me like what happened and what's going on with it, what are the updates, and I would tell them. And so I was like, okay, is it okay if I can write down the steps on my note card to go off of that, even though you have the formula on there? He said yes, but he would have to approve of it. He didn't specify much. Like whenever I email him, it's always like one word answers. It sounds like I'm talking to a distant cousin or something. It's very much not giving I'm a professor, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, so I put all the steps on what I think I'm gonna have an issue with. I put numbers and I put words to help me remember. I gave it to him the next day, the day that we're supposed to be having the test, I believe. I gave it to him and he's like, you're gonna have to erase a lot of this because a lot of this is kind of like on the test. And then I was just like, how do you go from yes, I can use my note card to let's bring all that shit back and now you can't use it at all? He's like, you know, and then he was like, oh, I can keep the note card for you so you don't use it during your test. And I was just like, no, I'm gonna keep it because I spent so much time writing shit on it that I'm gonna study off of it and I want to use it. And so I was broken, like heartbroken over that, because I was just like, what's the point of having accommodations and it's documented if you're not gonna be taking it seriously? I still feel like till this day he doesn't understand like what accommodations mean and what having a disability entails. It's really frustrating. I stress this to my mom, stress this to my friend, because no one, like they're getting what I'm saying, but for some reason he's not getting what I'm saying. I don't understand. I'm not talking in a different language. I'm talking as an adult. I'm not yelling. I don't understand what is the issue. So as I was taking my test, I had probably 15-20 minutes of me just blanking out and just trying to figure out how to do these damn questions. And I'm just like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Because I don't know how to do these. I know how to do these, and I studied it before I took my test, okay? I studied days prior to the test, and I still failed because something is not clicking here. And I don't know if it's because there's so many steps. For one, it's overwhelming, and I get overwhelmed really easily in this class. I've been trying not to stress out, but it's a lot of information thrown at us at once, and everyone learns differently, and it feels like everyone is on the same page as me. Everyone is stressing out because they're just like, I don't know how to do this, I don't know what I'm doing. And last Tuesday, there was a huge argument that happened between him and this other student. He wasn't yelling back, but he wasn't really like accommodating for her needs. Let me get into that because that was kind of interesting. Okay, so last Tuesday, my teacher decided to play a game with us, which he's never done before really. And he's like, I want to try something different. I want to play a game with you guys. And I knew it was going to become a lecture because it's never fun whenever teachers try to make something fun, it never becomes fun as an adult. It just becomes a lecture. So basically he said, oh, I'm gonna put a bunch of words on the screen and then you have to count all the vowels in the words. Then he took them back and then he put them back on and he said, try to remember all the words you can, and then he took it back and then he write down as many words you can. So we did that. Then he was talking about how he felt like we weren't really reading the question correctly on our homework, because it obviously trails back to our homework. He apparently looks at the time and how long we take on these homeworks, and I know I take probably an hour to finish my homework, and he's like, you guys are not reading the question, this is probably like you guys are not getting it like understanding the questions being told, and you're just trying to get through it as fast as you can. So you're not really like sitting there and trying to figure these out. And that's what it became. Then he was gonna do another round of that. And this woman who was on the older side, I'll probably say she's in her 50s or 60s, late 50s, early 60s, I'll say. But she's the eldest one in her class. And then she's like, no, like that, like really rude. And she was like, no, I don't want to do another game. I want to go on the review, because he never told us the week prior that he was going to be doing like playing games on the day that we're supposed to be reviewing for our test. He never said that. So I was frustrated because our time was being wasted, okay? So he was like, oh, like I was just trying to see if anyone else wanted to play. And she's like, no, I don't want to play it. I want us to review for the test. And then I was like, I thought she was joking around, because I've talked to this lady several times. She's a sweetheart. She is sweet. Love her. But I thought she was joking around, because she's always joking around. So at first I was busting out laughing, because I wasn't really like understanding like what was going on at first. So I was laughing. And she's like, she was yelling at him, saying how like she feels like our time is being wasted, and she was tired of like, you know, chasing him around to get help and this, that, and the third. And she was like, and he was like, well, if you're being this panicked about a test, then this is not looking good on you. And he's always quick to being like, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault, and not looking at himself, because he kind of did that to me yesterday. I'll get into that. But anyways, so she's like, sir, I'm not scared for the test. I just feel like we came here to review our test, this, that, and the third, which is true. And she doesn't want her time being wasted. And I know that she's probably like stressed, because it is like huge, a big deal. There was one question that was worth 25 points. Of course I got that one wrong. I got an F on my quiz, by the way. There was 9 questions, and I was like, I knew I was gonna fail it, because like I said, something is just not clicking in my brain. Something is just not working up here. And I've been just stressing over the fact that I just feel like I'm not getting something. I know whenever I'm in tutoring, I get it. But whenever I do my tests, I blank out. So she got so riled up that she had to walk out, because she was so mad about the whole situation. Because I started realizing that she was being serious, and I started laughing more, because I was like, I don't really like hearing people yelling, because it's kind of a trigger for me, like people screaming. So I just was getting more anxious over that. And I think it started getting me so anxious that not only I was busting out laughing, but 2, I started getting like stress hives from that, because I started realizing that she was not joking around. And everyone in the class was like looking at each other like, is this really happening? And I was like, what is going on? The guy that I always talk to, he turned his whole body around, and he was like, I get what she's saying, but I don't know what's going on, or something like that. I was like, I don't know what's going on either, but I wish I could have said, like, added on to what you're saying, because he does kind of make it seem like, yeah, you can ask me questions, you can always ask for help. But whenever the girl that yelled at him, asked questions for help, because she doesn't understand, like, nobody understands what's going on, okay? Nobody understands what's going on, to be fair. So she's always asking questions, and then I noticed that whenever she asked questions, he's rolling his eyes, like he's like damn near throwing a fit over this. And I heard him say a few times, like, what do you mean you don't get it, or what is it now? Like, I've heard him say that, and it wouldn't be in a joking manner. It would be in a, like, I'm annoyed. So it doesn't create a safe space for students to feel like they can get help. I feel like whenever you ask a question to him, he makes it seem like you're a burden. And I don't like that feeling of feeling like I'm a burden. So I never asked him a question in class, even though I had several questions, because I'm just like, why does he keep rolling his eyes every time someone asks him a question? Like, why? Especially when it's her, the older lady. She literally is, he's literally like I've seen him sigh, I've seen him huff and puff, all that shit. Like literally, like he's older himself, and I don't know why he's acting like that. So yesterday I came into class kind of irritated because I know I wasn't gonna pass the test, because I felt like it was based off of his negligence. Honestly, I feel like I wasn't being heard, I wasn't being understood. I feel like all my shit was being taken away, but he felt like it wasn't being taken away. He feels like using note cards is gonna make me fail because I'm not paying attention to the material. I'm just focusing on memorizing it. And so I had like a long talk with him, like maybe a 10-15 minute talk, even though I was supposed to be in class. But I just really needed to pull him aside and be like, this is not, I did not deserve this F, because what the hell. It was kind of a pointless talk because I feel like it wasn't getting anywhere, in my opinion. I just feel like he's just one of those people I just can't get through to. I'm glad that I said my piece, but I just feel like he is just not made for teaching. I feel like he said the reason why he gets so like comes off annoyed sometimes is because he's trying to think of scenarios of why she's confused, but he's thinking, well, I know it, so why doesn't anyone else know it? But I see it as like, you're not being accommodating for everyone else's needs. Some people are visual learners, some people like to touch it, some people are I don't know, I remember other learning styles, but there's so many different learning styles to accommodate for that teachers do not take into account. They just kind of see it as, well, if you don't get it, then that's on you. That's on you. That's on you. And they try to make it seem like it's our issue, the way that we think. Because I know that I'm not the only one that thinks the way that I do. I know that I'm not the only one that is struggling in this class. Like, it's everyone. And several people came up to me and told me how much they're struggling in this class. And they would just kind of like chit chat about it. I'll be like, how'd you do on your test? And I'll be like, oh, I flunked that. Ooh, I saw one C. I don't know, I think there was this other person that passed the test, but the majority of the class did bad. And you know, of course, he didn't do any self-reflecting. He wasn't like, maybe I should take a step back and, you know, figure out what's going on. No, because I've noticed that every time a class fails a test, which it's happened maybe a few times when I've been in college, they get mad at the students more versus looking at themselves and being like, what are they not getting? We're all in the same class, the same two classes, and it's a lot of information thrown at us at once, because they're technically the same class, but one is supposed to help you more, have a better understanding than and you're supposed to get it when you go to his class. But the thing is, her class is right after his class, so it's kind of like a reverse Uno card, you know what I mean? Because it's stuff that we already heard in the first class, but it's supposed to help you get a better understanding of that, of the concept, but they're intertwined. So he thought it would be a good idea to give everyone extra credit, and we're supposed to be turning it in on Thursday, and it's supposed to help average out our grade. But hopefully it goes well, because he said he's only taking it on Thursday and no other day. So if you don't turn it in, then you're pretty much fucked. You're just gonna get stuck with that grade. So okay, so it's been some days since I've talked to you guys, and I don't know how long it's been, probably about a week maybe, but I did get a new tattoo like last weekend, and this is what it looks like. I wanted to show it before I forget because it's still healing. It's slightly scabbing, but it keeps focusing on my face. It's slightly scabbing, but it's not as bad as this one. So I got this one fixed because I got it fixed. I said on my Insta story that I got it fixed 3 times, but I technically got it fixed 2 times. Technically it's 2 times. I don't know why I said 3 times, but I meant 2 times. But basically I got it fixed was because the guy that initially did it, it was cute the first time, okay? The first time I got it on my 21st birthday, which was almost 3 years ago. But the thing is, as I was getting like, as it was healing, I think a couple days after I got my first tattoo, I ended up scratching some of the scab off, which came off with the ink. And then I was like, oh shit, it looks crazy right now. So it looked really uneven. So I ended up going back to the same tattoo place and getting it redone. And then he went in with a thicker needle, which I was like confused about because I could tell the difference between the first needle and the second needle. The first needle was very, very small, and it was like it was a very perfect heart. Like, it was so perfect. But I forgot, like, you're not supposed to touch it. You're not supposed to like manipulate it because it's in this healing process. So he went in with a thicker needle. So then, like, the parts that I actually accidentally scratched off, he went in with a thicker needle, and it looked even more uneven than it did before. So the top part was like thin lining, and then the bottom part was very like thick lining, and then some of it just looked kind of faded out. So I'm just like, what is going on here? Like, it looks bad. I look at it every single day and I'm like, this is like the worst first impression of a tattoo. Like, I know I messed up the first time. I will give myself full responsibility for that. But the second time, I was hoping that it would go a lot better, but I don't know why he went in with such a thick needle, and it took me like until it fully healed for me to really like see what was going on. And I was like, this is so ugly. All I wanted was just a heart. Like, that's all I wanted. It should not be this difficult to do. Like, I will do it myself if it's that hard for you guys. So then, like, every time I look at it, I was just like damn near almost in tears because it's just so fucking ugly. And you know, even this tattoo, I'm gonna get fixed sometime probably this year because this needs to be fixed too. I got this in 2022, but my mom said it looked tie-dye, but it's just not giving. Like, it's supposed to be colored in all the way, and I don't know if I scratched some of the thing off of this too or what, but it needs to be fixed too. So yeah, this time I went to a totally different place because my mom was like, we should do something this weekend. We haven't been doing anything because we both been tired. And I was like, maybe we should get tattoos. So I was doing my research. At first I was gonna go back to Wise Guys, right? And I was like, maybe I should go back to Wise Guys, but I wasn't really feeling them like that. I know that I posted about them when I got my tattoo, but it just wasn't there. Like, the vibe wasn't there anymore for me. Like, you know, I just wasn't feeling it anymore. But I called them and I was like, oh, are you guys accepting walk-ins? Because I know, like, I think they were the type of people that had you schedule something, because I don't know, some places are like that. Some places do not allow just walk-ins, and it's out here what I've noticed. I've only gotten tatted out here. I've never gotten tatted in my home state or anywhere else. But I was just like, I don't know if this is like a them thing or if this is just like a thing everywhere else. I don't know. I'm still new to this tattoo thing. Like, I'm not educated on that yet. So I called him the first time. He was like, yeah, like, you just have to ask for dope. And I was like, who the fuck is dope? Like, this isn't ink. Like, this isn't like inks. Not, what is it called? What is that competitive show that had that guy with the long hair? And this is not that. Like, why are we calling each other that? So anyways, I'm sorry if you hear that rooster in the background, because I know when I go back in the footage, I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna get annoyed because I've been hearing it for the last 2 or 3 days non-stop. I'll get into that in a minute. But okay, so yeah, he seemed kind of annoyed when I called, so I was like not really getting the vibe that he wanted to work, you know. And then I called him again to see if they were busy enough to be like, you know, if we're, because I was calling around to see if anyone was busy because I didn't want to sit there all day and have my time wasted, you know what I mean. I want to know if you're free because I don't want to sit up there, you know what I mean. So they were like saying something about a consult and not necessarily tattooing us. So I was just like, I'm not into this. So then I did my research and I found this other place called R&R Tattoo Studio or something like that. I post about them on my Instagram. It's under my highlights small biz. So if you do want to look them up, check them out, because that was like the best tattoo place I've ever been to. This is my 3rd tattoo place I've been in, and this is like the best one. This one is more like, you know, I don't really see a lot of women in this tattoo industry, and I have noticed that because I watched so many tattoo shows growing up, and I noticed how big of a deal that is because I've only been tatted by men, which isn't the worst thing. But I did tell like the lady that tattooed me that like, oh, they're kind of rough. Like the second guy that did my tattoo was kind of rough with me and like flinging my arm around, and I just wasn't into that, you know. Like I just felt kind of uncomfortable. Like he was cool, he was chill, like he had good vibes with him, but I just didn't like how he was like so rough with my arm. And I know that like I wasn't even moving around was the crazy part. Like I don't move a muscle when I'm getting tattooed. So go to this person, they're like, oh, I show them what I wanted, and I get all my stuff from Pinterest because that's my inspo. Like I know that's corny because a lot of people do that, but it's like that's how I get my inspo. So I saw this tattoo and I was like, I need to get this in honor of my home state, and I talk about it all the time. I'm from California, so like I just wanted to get a tattoo that symbolizes my home state. Like I either wanted to get the outline of California or get something like this, and I chose this, and it's cute, it's dainty. Once I get it healed, I can wear bracelets with it and it's gonna look super cute with it. But the experience there was like top tier. The vibes were great. I didn't feel uncomfortable. I felt like I was already at home and I didn't even know them. The person that tattooed me was AJ. She's super sweet. She's also a Leo, so we definitely like bonded over that. She's very like super welcoming. She's super there's so many things to say in that first interaction and I don't even know her. There's like, she's very gentle when she tattoos you. She's the first woman that's ever tattooed me, and I've always wanted to be tattooed by a woman because I was like hearing all the experiences and I was like, I want to be tattooed by a woman. And I wanted that to be Cass from like my mom's friend back in San Diego. She does really good work and she went viral last year over her niece being missing, but I wanted to be tattooed by her initially, but I'm still gonna probably do that. It didn't really hurt. There were some parts that kind of hurt, but like this part hurt because getting colored tattoos like hurt so fucking bad, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is because when I get black tattoos, I'm totally fine, but when I get colored tattoos, it's like I want to cry. I don't know how to explain the pain, but the pain is like a 50 out of a 10. Like it's just so unbearable and it's just so uncomfortable, and I do want more color tattoos because I'm just thinking like the pain is temporary, you know. So I do like color tattoos. I just have to be mindful about what color I want, because if I get yellow, it's gonna look weird on me because I'm light skinned. Okay, so it's been some time since I last filmed. I don't remember how long it's been, but I'm just gonna tell you some updates. I want to show you something really cute though that I got this week. Well, technically last week because it's Sunday, but I've been really like getting back into eyeshadow because when I was little, I used to wear eyeshadow just for fun. When I was like maybe like from 9 to 11 years old, maybe around there, and I used to play around in makeup a lot, but it was mostly like eyeshadows. There was something else, I think like lipsticks, So I went to the dollar store because they have like really good quality, cruelty-free palettes there. And I wasn't gonna get something that wasn't cruelty-free. You know how it is. So I was like, I'm not gonna spend, because I was initially going to get the $9 palette that I got for my mom like 2 weeks ago. It was a hot Cheeto palette, but I was like, I really don't want to spend that much money on a palette. Like, it's really good quality. I even used it myself when I went to go get my tattoos. But I was like, I don't really know if I want to spend that type of money, and I was going to, but then I was like, I want to find something that's similar to it, but I don't want to spend that type of money because that is a lot of money. So I ended up finding this. This is like the closest thing I can get to the hot Cheeto palette. Let me just show you. It's kind of hard to open, which is like the most frustrating part about these, is like they are sealed pretty well. And I wore this at school the other day. The thing is, I'm glad that I got like an eyeshadow brush, because it's kind of hard to blend it with your hands. But this is what she looks like. This is the nude, peachy nude palette from, is it IT or something? I don't remember the name, but I couldn't remember the name. But girl, she is pretty. I go for like the more neutral colors, and these are really good quality. They don't give cheap. Like, they don't look like, I would tell you if they're like crappy. Some of the colors are not giving. They don't show a lot because my skin tone like blends into it. So what I use is I use that one. You can literally tell. This one and this one, because that one makes my eyes pop more, and sometimes this one. So yeah, and then I also got this soft pink one. I have two of these because I like them. They also have a pastel palette, but I'm not into like pastels. So I was like, this one is like a soft pink nude neutral color. So I was like, let me do this one too, because I was feeling that one just by how it looks, and the packaging is so freaking pretty. This is what it looks like. I used this actually too. I used this color, and I actually did like a swatch test, and most of these show up pretty good on my skin. My face, you know what I mean? It kind of blends into my skin. Sucks is when I got it, I knew I was gonna get it, and I don't know why I didn't get a second palette, because now like this, I got there's like a few left when I bought this, and I didn't get another one, and then I regret it a lot because I know I'm going to be using this a lot. This is just something I'm going to be sad when I run out of, because I want something like similar to this. And LA Colors is probably like the next, or Wet n Wild. You see how pretty it is though? I'm obsessed.